pitches it to an offensive lineman who has a first down but doesn't by inches. And it's a game of those inches because almost 2-0 gets you absolutely nothing. The Pats dropped to 0-2 following a 7-point loss at the hands of the Dolphins. Joe Musso alongside Ryan Wilson here to break this one down. Let's start right there where it finished. I know you didn't have that one drawn up, nor did the Patriots in that moment. But break that one down for me. What did you see from start to finish in that play? Mike Gesicki sort of lacking in what he needed to get the line to gain, but then making a heads-up play. Yeah. I mean, take me through it here. Right.
So Mac Jones, to his credit, balled out all evening. Through the pass of Gesicki, we would like to have seen a little more athleticism on the play, but at least he had the heads up to understand that this is it, it's crunch time. And not only did he lateral the ball to Cole Strange, the guard, he lateraled it over 6'6", Raekwon Davis right here. He's like, what? And then
ball skills by Cole Strange there.
Cole Strange is like, it's go time. And this is as close as you're going to get to one of the craziest plays we've seen all week, including the ending to the Broncos game. And this has been a game of inches both weeks for the Patriots. We talked about Kayshon Boutte last week, didn't get that toe down against the Eagles, and we see it here again at the end of the game. And look, there are a lot of teams that are 0-2 that feel bad with where they are right now, and I imagine the Bill Belichick isn't happy with the start. But I feel like this Patriots team is figuring things out for the first time in over a year.
Yeah, first 0-2 start for the Pats under Belichick in quite some time. You mentioned it there. This is not the team we saw last season that seemed to be a ship without an oar or a team without a direction. They seem to be finding an identity. Coming up short, yes, but where have you seen the biggest differences year over in these Patriots?
The defense has always been there, right? Steve Belichick and Gerard Mayo are doing their jobs, no doubt about it. But I think we have to start on the other side of the football. And not to beat a dead horse, the defensive coordinator is no longer calling plays. You have Bill O'Brien back from Alabama. He has a relationship with Mac Jones, and Mac Jones looks like a completely different player. He was dealing in the second half. 14 of 18 in the first half, only 95 yards, and there were some struggles there. Had an interception in the second half, but I think that was more on the route that Devontae Parker didn't run, and a great play by Xavier Howard. But then you see the touchdown here to Hunter Henry. We saw a long run by Mac Jones, which is something I don't know if I've ever seen, and then he was dealing down the field in the fourth quarter as they mounted comeback after comeback against a high-powered Dolphins offense, by the way, Joe, that really didn't do much in the second half. They forced Tua into some mistakes. They took advantage of those opportunities. Christian Gonzalez got that interception, the rookie out of Oregon, and I think this is something to build on. Again, there are no moral victories in the NFL, but this could be a much worse situation for the Patriots, especially if it were a situation where, say, Bill O'Brien was enough.
Yeah, I think there's a growing trust there thanks to Bill O'Brien and the way they've called plays. 42 pass attempts here for Mac Jones is not something I think we would have said last year or certainly in the years prior. A growing trust in the quarterback. But let's get to the winners here because Miami, on the surface level, goes into Foxborough in prime time, under the lights, tough place to win against those throwback unis nonetheless.
Nice.
And they come away with the win here. Miami has really comported themselves well and offered a pretty comprehensive effort through these first two games. Yes, they did call off the dogs in some ways in the second half, but your impressions of Miami here and what they've been asked to do against the Chargers and then here against the Patriots and their effectiveness in doing that.
You said it during the game. So Miami is in New England at night. And they're dominating the first half. Second half, things were a little closer. They made some halftime adjustments, the Patriots did. But I think you have to, if you're Mike McDaniels, the second-year coach, love where Tua is in his development. And again, this was the sixth game for Tyreek Hill against Bill Belichick in which he had gone for fewer than 100 yards. It did not matter. You lean on the running game. We saw Raheem Mostert win with those outside zone plays early on, and then he would bust it up the middle, had a touchdown run that added to that. So when you have that balance, and Mike McDaniel is all about that balance, and Mike McDaniel seems much more comfortable in year two, dialing up plays, getting the plays in on time, understanding what he wants to do, and having his quarterback healthy, and all those things come together for a tough road win. Yes, it was 17-3 at halftime, and yes, the Dolphins appeared to be rolling, but this is NFL. Everyone gets paid, as the saying goes. So 24-17 is a huge win for a Dolphins team that is now 2-0. And look, I said it during the game, Tua feels like one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL right now.
He surely knows how to layer those balls in. A really great touch on passes. He's been putting them in great spots as well. And we just saw it right there. 5 straight wins over Bill Belichick-led teams. Not just 5 straight wins, but now 5-0. The LeVar Ball rule here, never lost for Tua Tagovailoa. Interesting the way that Bill Belichick is able to negates the skills of Tyreek Hill. What did he do in that effort? How did he hold Hill here, or his players on the field at least? 5 for 40, really telling somebody else to beat him.
This is historic Bill Belichick. He's been doing this since he was dialing up plays as the defensive coordinator for the Giants, right? He takes away what your team does best and makes you win in other ways. Now, Mike McDaniel, of course, the run game coordinator who came up from San Francisco, can beat you with the run, and he did that consistently. It's against a really good Patriots run defense. But if you're having this conversation last week, Joe, I would imagine Bill Belichick and his son and Gerard Mayer are saying, I'd rather get beat by the run game than Tyreek Hill running go routes all day for 250 like he did last week against the Chargers. So that was a trade-off. And look, let's not mix things up here. The Patriots are very close to making this thing a ball game. A few mistakes early. We had the Mac Jones interception. Late, that also sort of threw a monkey wrench in their plans. But I think this is how you win on the road. And this is what you have to do, because teams are going to try to take away what you do best. What's your plan B? What's your plan C? And when your plan B is Raheem Mostert and your plan C is Jalen Waddle, you're in pretty good shape.
Yeah, they've now through 2 weeks shown the ability to win different ways. High-octane stuff against the Chargers. A little bit more bruising approach here, especially in that second half against the Patriots. You add it all up, it's 2-0 for the Fish and 0-2 for the Patriots, as we take a look at some numbers related to the struggles here for the Pats early on this season. 0-2 for the first time since 2001. Consecutive seasons without an 0-2 start. A 21-year streak is broken as the Pats open up 0-2, just inches away from 1-1, dare I say 2-0. Wow. But that gets you absolutely nothing in the standings, where it's wins and losses, and the Pats are living on one side of that ledger.